bander is talking to the data recorders, and they need to be able to hear each other at all times. So just remember that when you're going in there to keep your voice levels down. All right, come on.
What type of woodpecker? The what? Oh my God.
Can't fluff up, they can't find shade, they can't find sun, and so we want to make sure they're as least stressed as possible. Now we also, once we get that bird out, we'll put them in a little bag. Can anyone think of why we might do that? Any ideas? One's really simple, yes.
So they don't bite you?
So they don't bite us, that's a good reason, for safety, yeah. So I can get more. I only have 2 hands. If I have more than 2 birds, right? Got to put them in the bag, yes.
So you have more space?
So I have more space, exactly. Any other reasons? Look at how brown this is. If you're a predator, you're going to be hard pressed to find this little guy. They breed a little bit north in Michigan, and our bander will look at this and see how old it is. So they'll be able to tell us if this bird hatched just this year, or if it's maybe an adult bird and beginning that kind of journey south. They won't go super far south. They're going to stay in the United States over the winter, but some of them will go to Central America and Mexico. It just has such beautiful little markings on it too. You see those little like white spots almost on its back. Yeah. So I have a bag in my pocket. Isn't it so cute? So this is called a winter wren. And then when our crew at the station asks you what type of wren it is, you're all going to seem so smart. We also get house. Excuse me, sir. These are kind of light cotton bags. When they go in the bag, I'm either going to clip it to in my necklace, but I didn't wear a necklace, so I'm going to put it on my wrist. That way, if I lose my balance, I'm not going to drop the bird, and I can, like that, I can catch myself without hurting the bird or dropping it and letting it go. Now, I do want you guys to be around our nets, so I want you, pardon me, I want you to look around this net and notice something that's different about this net than some of the others. So when we were in there looking at the vegetation, did you notice that you could see the berries, but you couldn't see very far into the woods, right? Or into the swamp, because that vegetation was really dense. That means it was kind of packed in. That appear in the spring, and then they're a spot where many salamanders will lay their eggs, and so you'll see egg masses from salamanders, wood frogs. There's some cool vernal species called berry shrimp that are kind of tiny that you can see in there, and so a lot of times the salamanders will hide in these areas, but it's a little dry up here, so I think they. And this little band is going to slide up and down this bird's leg. You see it can rotate around, but it's made specifically for this size leg. We have different sizes for different size of birds. This is going to stay with this, has a rivet to close it. They can use their beaks to peel the band right off. These guys can't, right? So we can use a little different type of band on them. Now this bird has a special number that no other bird will ever get. All of our bands come from the bird banding lab, and it's a nationwide. This bird has to be really strong and also really fat. Now I told you the skin is translucent, right? So I'm going to blow on this bird, and I want you to see, step to the side just for that. It's going to be the muscle, and the yellow is going to be the fat. I'll walk it around so everybody can see, so just make sure you stay back. We want to see that. We want to see those gushy fat numbers. This bird migration is really hard, right? If we have one bad storm, if you're a real skinny bird, that could end your migration. Wow. Isn't that amazing?
One's for parents.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
So,
hold on.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Awesome.
And guys, this is my friend Gavin. Gavin is an MSU journalism student. So he's out here, he's gonna be doing a little story of
Christy, Vicky has those.
So this bird was in a box instead of a bag. And each of those little boxes has a paper on the bottom. And we let that bird make us some beautiful art from their poop.
No.
Birthdays? No. November?
November!
November birds?
What kind of birds are these?
So these are Swainson's thrushes. Swainson's? It's called
It likes you.
Yeah.
It liked you, Hanson.
And these are ones that are, they're overall European, they're overall male. And so the movement is really to have birds more representative of what the bird actually is. Bird.
What bird is this?
So does anybody know what bird this is? It's not a red-headed woodpecker. You got the right
119.1.
family though. This is a type of woodpecker. This one doesn't have woodpecker in the name though. This one's called a northern flicker. And this is a really cool bird because we have a different variation in the United States.
Is this a recap?
Out east,
It's a new bird.
out east we
And-
have a yellow
But I don't know the
shafted
band size
flicker.
yet. I'm measuring it.
And then
Three?
out west,
I don't
they
know yet.
have
I'm
Okay.
measuring it.
what do they call it? A red shafted. And then in the middle, where kind of these two populations mix, they have a golden, where it kind of is in between the two. Sometimes a little
Did
bit
I give
more
you the
than
weight?
some of the others,
Yes.
because they love ants. So you might even see them on the edge of a driveway, pecking away, getting those ants out of the ground, an old dead log. They just love getting those ants. And you'll also see when they fly away, they have a big white patch on their rump, just above their tail. And so sometimes if that's the only thing you see that nice big round white patch as they fly off, you know it's a northern flicker. The other amazing thing about these birds is that yellow shaft. And when we get to see it up close, I'll show you a little bit more. But right now,
Oh yeah.
yeah. The first thing that Vicki was using, because most birds have a pretty standard size, but there can be some variation, right? Some might have a little bit thicker legs than others. This is a leg gauge. And I could take my pinky. So go ahead and hold out your pinky for me. Thank you. And I'm gonna see maybe you're a 7B. Oh, that might be a little tight. I might go to 7. All right, so we're gonna go back over to our little spot over here, and everybody nice and wide again.
Eyes.
I think this one's a female.
Mommy, you should go easy.
This doesn't hurt because this bird, it gets its power from that muscle, right? It gets that power from really pecking. So I have this bird's neck kind of in my fingers, so it can't get that power to peck me. But if I were to let it go and it did that, it would hurt, right? They can cut holes in wood, so my fingers would be. But they have a job. They're just trying to get free. They're not trying to hurt me. But this bird has a nice long beak. So what do we think this bird eats? Any ideas? Yes. Worms? Insects?
I think they can eat termites.
They can eat termites. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe further south. Because once everything freezes over, do you think it's harder to eat from a frozen log? Yeah. But we can have these stay all winter long. The other cool thing about this bird is looking at its feet, we have 2 toes that go up and 2 toes that go down. Do you see that? So this is adaptation. Has Mr. Quintus talked about adaptations yet?
Yes.
Okay. So why do you think this adaptation would help a woodpecker? Yes, why do you
To
think?
get on the what?
Yeah, to climb on the wood. Exactly. So most of our birds are going to have 3 in the bird's tail. This bird has an amazing tail adaptation too that uses its tail almost like a balance on a tree. So as it climbs up, that tail is pushing against the tree so it can kind of balance. You'll see them sometimes leaning way back on the tree, and it's using that tail. So sometimes when we get these birds, that tail is going to be stained. It might be like green or brown, and it's from the moss or the light navigation.
Mommy,
Isn't that amazing?
get her. You didn't touch her. It's okay. No one touched it.
Wow. Measure the wing, I could measure the tail, and that bird is still nice and in control. Everybody's fingers are a little different length, but this is the safest way to hold the bird. Then I can release it right from my hand, right? So I'm gonna pass this one around this way. Yep, 2 feet. So we call this a black-throated blue warbler. Now looking at that beak, what are your guesses of what a bird like this might eat?
Worms.
Maybe worms, but they'd have to be really small. Probably not termites. I feel like this matches your shirt, although I'm solidly green and white. We'll allow it.
Look at that little bird. Oh,